IKEA is getting a lot of flack for deleting images of women from their Saudi version of their catalogs. Previously, they would include women, but they would cover their skin, their arms, their chests, almost everything except for their face. And now they've just decided to get rid of them completely. And I mean, this is a difference. So this is how their normal catalogs are, and the Saudi version looks like that. The woman just doesn't exist.
Oh, they just eliminated her.
They just
That's
completely
awesome.
eliminated her.
Okay.
Whereas before, maybe they'd cover, I don't know, like a little bit of her neck or something.
That's so emblematic of what's wrong with Saudi Arabian society. Mm-hmm. And they say, oh, we do it to protect women. No, you do it to wipe them off the face of the earth. I don't mean literally, but I mean in terms of political power. And it's not, and that's the least of it in terms of contributing to a national conversation, to having power within your own family, etc. It's all to take power away from women, to make them invisible. Right. And so this is just a symbolic version of that, where they have IKEA wipe all the women off. And God forbid, because if you ever saw a woman, my God, men couldn't contain themselves.
It seems like it was IKEA that actually made this decision, and it's people in the West that are giving them more flack than Saudis. They probably don't care if the women are in the catalogs. And I think the controversy is a little silly. Okay, so the women aren't in the catalogs at all, and now IKEA is getting flack for not being equal to women. But you know, if they're that covered up, what is the point? It's just a furniture catalog. There's really no need to have them in there. And IKEA has released a statement saying that they regret this decision. They say that we should have reacted and realized that excluding women from the Saudi Arabian version of the catalog is in conflict with the IKEA group values. I mean, I think that they're just doing damage control here, but they didn't really need to apologize. I think it's so hypocritical to go after IKEA for not being fair to women. The middle of, I don't want to generalize, but Saudi Arabia is a very, very conservative culture. Women are not equal there.
Yeah, no, I don't blame IKEA nearly as much as I blame Saudi Arabia. IKEA wouldn't have had this problem in the first place if Saudi Arabia didn't cover up women and didn't get really mad when you don't cover up women.
Exactly.
So how are you supposed to react if you're IKEA? They probably wanted to play it safe.
Exactly. It's such a weird dynamic too, because for a second I think, is it that they find women so beautiful and tempting and really value them that they want them covered up and kind of out of the way? No, it actually isn't, because when you look at the politics and the participation of women in life there outside of the home, it's very, very minimal. So it's a weird dynamic between like they're precious and they're tempting and we need to oppress them. Like it's a weird thing for me.
The tempting thing is an excuse, right?
Right.
And it's a horrible image of men. They say, well, obviously, if we ever saw any part of a woman that we were attracted to, we would attack them because we're savages, right?
That's what they say.
It's greatly insulting to their own men.
Absolutely.
But that's not really why they're doing it. They're doing it because they don't want to share power.
Right.
Because then why not have women who are covered up who lead the country, who are in your parliament if you had one, right? I know that they fake it a little bit, right? Okay, and why couldn't they run different businesses, et cetera, et cetera? Now again, from time to time you'll have a woman who runs a small business, et cetera, but overall the level of power of men and women in Saudi Arabia are not comparable. It's
They're
a joke.
Absolutely not comparable. And just to give you an example of what extreme measures American and European companies have to take when they go into Middle East countries, Starbucks is a huge, powerful corporation, but even they had to change and be flexible when it comes to having their store in the Middle East. So we'll show you an image of the traditional or original Starbucks logo. So there's a woman in this image.
And it's not even a woman, it's a mermaid.
But in Saudi Arabia, Starbucks had to completely get rid of any semblance of a woman and just do the crown.
But that's so symbolic because it looks like they drowned the woman.
Yes, it does. It does.
Like they look like they put her underwater and
get her out of the way.
Well, if we didn't drown her, she would just tempt you with her mermaid tail, obviously, and we couldn't have that.